Attention, please. Eastern Airlines Flight 19, now ready for departure.
Welcome aboard the Walt Disney World Express monorail. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're entering the vacation kingdom of the world.
There's enough land here to hold all the ideas and plans we could possibly imagine. We call it Epcot. Will be our experimental prototype city of tomorrow.
Welcome to another episode of the Retro Disney World Podcast, taking you back to the vacation kingdom of the world, the way it was, and the way it is in your memories.
All right, welcome to another episode of the Retro Disney World Video Podcast. This is our first ever home movie night, and we're coming from all over the place. Coming into, is that Fort Wilderness there, JT?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're at Fort Wilderness, the buffet, which would be lovely tonight. I would love a Trails End buffet this evening.
Yeah, the gentleman behind you isn't moving very much.
He's got a big order he's taking. He's writing it down.
He's going to take it over. And how, as always, someplace sunny. The Polynesian pool, it looks like, behind
That's
you.
right. I have a nice umbrella, so I'm a little bit shaded from the sun.
I see, yeah, you have the glare coming off the right-hand side there. That looks good.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely here in Florida.
It is. And Mr. Brian P. Miles, we still can't get your background running, but we haven't upgraded you just yet, but we'll get there at some point.
Well, the GE has ended its sponsorship of the lounge here, so...
Who are we sponsored by tonight?
It's just Disney owns it right now, so...
Oh, okay, that's
still
fair
hanging
enough.
out in the lounge.
In the lounge. I decided to sit down in this quiet room here up at the Contemporary. There's not a lot of people here, so I figured I'd just, chill out with my teal carpet or whatever color it is.
Order a carafe of sangria and a shrimp cocktail.
I want the shrimp tower, the big shrimp tower.
Yes.
$4.99 or whatever it was. All right, gentlemen. Well, we met a couple weeks ago. Horizons Revisited was a huge hit. JT, you want to tell everybody a little bit about the stats before we get into talking about what we're going to do tonight?
Oh, my gosh. Let me open that.
I got the behind me. Well, you can't see because of the fake background, but our YouTube visitors spiked up to almost 7,000 or followers, I should say, which is crazy.
Oh, yeah. The live stream was busy. Afterwards, though, the subscribers, we're about to break 7,000 subscribers just like that. I'm trying to pull up the actual video here. This is non-3D now.
Right.
The Horizons Revisited, we nearly 40,000 views on that.
Wow.
So pretty busy. And it's one of those things. I think it was we got more, which seems typical of YouTube. We got more hits from people that don't subscribe to us, and then it's just kind of made the rounds. Like I heard people talking about it. I saw it. It was really cool. I mean, it just was neat to hear, that all the hard work, was being enjoyed by people.
Oh, bless you, Hal.
Thank you.
That's the biggest silent sneeze I've ever seen. Yeah, it really did hit home to a lot of people. We got, tons of email came in, and 40,000 views. Amazing how much time we wasted for people over the past couple of weeks. But so for those of you who haven't seen it, check out Horizons Revisited, our all-new ride-through with Hal's widescreen and AI-interpreted HD video. We also had... a couple other releases since then. We had the Resort Television Loop. That was another one, How, that you did, right? That was your video. Yeah. You carried a VCR on your back.
I did.
Coax cables and hooked it up.
As part of my trip to the... I can't remember if that was the same trip when I went to the new DVC vacation villas at I can't remember the name of the place.
Old Key West, yeah.
Yeah, Old Key West, or if that was a different one. But yes, I brought a VCR, a full-size VHS VCR with me. And back then, on the back of the VCRs, there was a place where you would plug in the cable from the cable coming from the wall, and then you would snake another cable from that to the TV. So I literally put my VCR in the middle of that wiring hookup and just sat and recorded an hour and a half of the in-room television, which was awesome. So
there was a period of time where you could rent VCRs for your room, if you recall.
That's true.
That probably would have been easier
than bringing you out there and hooking it all up. So you recorded that you.
Seeing that too. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say how you did this a few times because of the tapes we have. That was May 92, I think. And then I think we've got some from 93 and 91. Some are a little shorter. A couple of people wrote into us and said, oh, you know what's, why am I watching this? It's an hour and a half loop. But I had to try to explain that Disney just didn't loop it over and over and over again. They would play a segment and then play, say, segment B. And they'd go back and play that first segment A again. And then they would play segment C. And then they may play segment D and then play segment A again. So that's why you kind of recorded an hour and a half worth, just try to capture all those different randomly placed segments. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, and some of the stuff did repeat, but
yeah, I mean, I just put it on record and let it go until the tape was full. So,
and he did use SP for that one.
I did, and I always figured there's always a chance while you're doing or recording, you might get a glitch in the system. So if I had extra, I could always go back and edit in the part that I missed later on.
Yep.
So yeah, that's just nice.
And Craig Nickoff just wrote in on the chat, we had a camera that actually had to hook up to a VCR with a carrying strap. Oh, those are the old big ones where the camera was separate from the actual recording unit. Yep. Yeah.
Now later on, I think I did have a Sony VCR or a Sony camcorder that had some sort of television pickup thing where you could snake an RCA cable out of the, somehow or another it got itself in the middle of it, and I can't remember what the situation was, but I believe I may have used that once. But yeah,
gotcha.
It's just easy to drag the big VHS player with me.
Well, we're glad
you showing up to this DVC room with like a steamer trunk of equipment, because if you guys go back and look at his video of the tour, and I mean, he toured, it was like a 3-bedroom grand villa, with the balcony and all that stuff. Super smooth pans. It looks like a professional, photo shoot was happening. So I don't even know what you brought. Tripods, monopod. He's had everything.
I might have had a tripod. That was certainly part of the kit. So
very smooth part of his kit. It was great. You took every opportunity and like did it to the max on that video for sure.
Now this week, the past couple days, and even into tomorrow, we dove into some of the other recordings, that you've done that weren't from the camera. So this will be our last video topic, and then we'll get into film here in a minute. But how you also recorded Captain EO off of MTV, which was the only time it ever played. You somehow got a bootleg of Captain Eeyore, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then you also somehow got a bootleg of a work print of Captain EO. So tell everybody a little bit about those. And tomorrow we're going to debut the work print. But tell everybody a little bit about those. And
sure. So, I was trying to remember what the occasion was that they played Captain EO on MTV, and I can't put my finger on why they chose to do that.
I did some research too, and it just turned out to be June 26th, 1996, and they just decided to play it. And
that's when that's dated?
Well, some places say 86, which doesn't make sense because it came out in 86, and some websites say 1996.
So there was a making of special on about Captain EO that did run on TV in 1986.
Okay.
But it was different from just them running it.
Okay.
And I have this vague recollection of them running Captain EO and then debuting his video for the song Scream, which also had a science fiction, but the dates are totally wrong.
Okay.
Because that debuted much, much later. So
now I think your VCR was interesting because when it started to record, it actually put a time date screen on a blue screen in the very start and said the channel 33, and the date was listed as June 26, 1995. So I really don't know.
Scream came out, I'm just looking this up, May 31st of 95.
Oh. So that lends better to June 26, 95, but
that's not one of the more popular Michael Jackson songs either.
Well, JT, didn't we get a shout out from a Michael Jackson podcast a while back when we did the episode? Yeah. When we'll have to hit up them. Maybe they can tell us.
We did. We got a message from somebody, one of our listeners who is involved in a Michael Jackson podcast and website. And after we had covered the Michael Jackson suite at the Lake Buena Vista, or at the Buena Vista Palace, they contacted us and was like, "Hey, we included that in our podcast this week or so." Something like that.
We've hit on Michael a few times, and we had the one guest that stepped on his foot at Epcot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, stepped on his feet.
Michael slowly reappearing.
Exactly.
Once a year, he comes up.
So after you got the EO from MTV, and then you got Captain Eeyore, which we released today, which is
yes,
scary.
So the story of Captain Eeyore is that it was produced in-house at Disneyland by the entertainment department. They would do, they used to do a live show, kind of like a parody show, for other cast members back in the day, and they would put on this show to entertain cast members at their yearly kind of like spirit building event.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point that transitioned to doing videos. So the idea was that they would do this parody video. But one of the really interesting things, and you'll have to excuse the language here because this is not a term that we use anymore, but there's a story behind, there's one line where all of a sudden in the video, and I don't consider this a spoiler because it's been out and now you'll know to look for this, where the geeks, Odie, and I'm trying to remember the other one's name now. I'm forgetting. It's like the two-headed monster character is played by Tweedledee and Tweedledum in Captain Eeyore. And at some point in the presentation, someone turns to them and calls them a mongoloid.
Oh, geez.
And the reason for that is that there was a story that when Michael Eisner took over and was going through the parks, he saw Tweedledee and Tweedledum in costume going through the parks, and he actually asked for them to be removed, and he actually called them mongoloids. So that little line in the Captain Eeyore is a reference to that.
Interesting. So they were certainly taking on cues.
Story.
Yeah,
I remember that story, and there's some kind of follow up to that, where how they got back into the parks. Like somebody had come and said they had a mentally challenged kid, and that they loved Tweedledee and Tweedledum, or something like that, that led to them bringing the characters back and Eisner backing off. But
interesting.
I don't remember it off the top of my head now.
So how the last one that you've got is tomorrow is the mind blank work print. Thank you.
Yeah,
the work print, which is, we don't know how close it is to the original. I guess what I ask people to do is maybe watch them side by side if you really have time and want something to do, is compare the work print to the actual final one.
I mean, it's pretty close. It's got the time code running on the bottom. It's full widescreen instead of cut for 4:3.
Yeah.
And both of those were things that I got just trading videotapes and stuff with
on the black market
fans back in the day.
Black market in the parking lot at the Crossroads Shopping Center.
Right. We would trade for the Star Wars Holiday Special. Be like, hey, give me a bag of that.
I want Ewoks.
Ewoks Battle for Endor.
What's interesting about that, how it was copied so many times, and Brian's made fun of me for Luma and Chroma and all that. But what happens is that the Luma and Chroma, actually, every time you copy a tape, starts to get out of sync. Most of the time it's vertical. On this one, it would been copied so many times it went horizontal. And I actually, on the work print as well as Captain Eeyore, I was actually able to bring the Luma and Chroma back together.
Wow,
so
that's awesome.
I did a little bit of, we're not going to put this through the AI HD treatment. I don't think it deserves that, nor is it high enough quality even started. But we did do some stuff. So, all right, well, that's on our videos. We're going to try to release a lot over the next couple of weeks with everybody inside, and we know we got a big backlog, so this is a great time for a great audience to watch this stuff. So keep an eye out. I don't know if we can keep it going every day, but we're going to do as much as we can. So, gentlemen, let's talk a little bit about movie night. That's why we're here, and this is the first time we've ever attempted to do it. We've talked about it a number of times, and actually on our very old podcast episodes, we didn't understand that this didn't work back then, but we would play movies to ourselves and talk about them, and we quickly cut that out, realizing that this probably wasn't a good use of podcast airtime.
We had to wait for the technology to catch up with us.
That's right.
Now it finally has.
And I still haven't figured out one part. So let me explain to everybody how this is going to work tonight and what we're going to watch. As many of you know, we go on to eBay and flea markets and different sources and find actual film. So for those of you who are new to film, we've got some here. So this is Okay, I might have to turn off my background. I'll
Hold
hold
it
it down
still.
next to it. Yeah, hold it right here. So in this fancy little canister is a spool of actual movie film.
Why is it in a canister?
That's so the dust stays off of it.
All right.
So we send these out, and it's put into a machine, and each individual frame is scanned and sent back to us as a movie. Now, each frame, most of these are filmed at anywhere from 18 to 24 frames per second, and they're anywhere from 8 millimeters to generally 16 millimeters wide. 16 millimeters is pretty rare, but we do have some new footage. It was very expensive to bring a camera into the park, and a lot of times you didn't have people doing those oddball things, the family or taking slow pans. It was a lot of quick shots just to get things done. Plus it was expensive, so you took 3 seconds of this and 4 seconds of that. In fact, I think one of the movies we have coming up, another one where the guy crammed an entire 8-hour day into 3 minutes, and it is hilarious to watch because some scenes are only about a second and a half, which is pretty funny.
Might as well took a still camera.
Exactly. So tonight we have a really interesting pair of films on this estate sale that we got these from. It turns out that this family went to Disney World in 1974 and on film recorded their entire vacation travels down there. And I guess they were so enamored that in 1975, they retraced the entire trip and did it all again. And you're going to see they made title cards. They made different, they put themselves on film a lot, which a lot of people didn't do because a lot of times the idea of film was to show everybody what you did and where you were. And also, obviously, Disney wanted you to entice people to come visit as well.
There's that news van again. That's a joke just for the Philadelphia people.
Okay, all right. Maybe one of the people out there is from Philly.
Oh, I know that one. They must have done that in a bunch of different markets separated from each other.
Anywhere where Action News was, where they had the Action News model.
Yes, we had that.
They had that. There's that news van again commercial.
Yeah,
yes.
I can hear that played in my head still.
It's vaguely on my mind there. So what we're going to do tonight, here's the technology we haven't figured out. In this great world we are in, I have not been able to figure out how to share the video with Brian, Howe, and JT at the same time that I'm watching, at the same time that we're then showing it to you. So we're going to set up here in a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you the 1974. We're going to adjust zoom here and adjust our pictures. We're going to move ourselves over to the left. On the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see the film. And when I say go, Brian, Howe, and JT are going to press play a copy that they have on their local machine. So we're not going to be able to stop it and annotate it like John Madden style. We're going to try to do that in the future so we can wait,
silhouettes on it.
Yeah, our little silhouettes at the bottom. Okay, so the first order of business, and again, we're doing this really informal here. The first order of business, I have to rearrange our zoom frame so that we're all on the left-hand side. So just give me a second here. Everybody's watching this go. There we are. And then the second order of business is to turn on our media player.
Why does Brian get to be up top?
It's just the way Zoom rearranges it. Okay.
Genetics.
So, there we go. So we should all be moving now. And I'm just going to test the start of the video to make sure it's good. There it is. Okay, so we see the holiday inside. All right, gentlemen. So our first film is the 1974 Christmas Vacation. Now, there's a couple things I want you to keep in mind when you watch this. I think a couple things that people are going to notice and look at. One, this family is going to remind you of the Griswolds down to the actual car. I mean, it is a metallic P family truckster. There's the young girl, there's the young boy, the father. We do have an audience challenge because we don't have a number for this. The father loves his pipe. And we want to try and get a count on both of these films, how many times in the film he's holding his pipe. I'm sure he visited the tobacconist. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He literally went just for the tobacconist.
Yep.
That's it.
And you'll see, too, in one of the shots, I think he starts I haven't watched the thing in its entirety, but he starts his day fully clothed, and by halfway through the day, he's just down to the undershirt. He just couldn't take it anymore. So, so none of us have watched this all the way through. And this is our restored copy that will be available on our website in a little bit. So, all right, gentlemen, are you ready to press play.
My one caveat here is we're 19 minutes in, and in a lot of movie theaters, the trailers would still be running.
That's true. And I should mention that after this, the next one we're going to follow up was the 1970. This is 1974. We have a brief intermission video that we'll play while we take a break. Runs about 5-6 minutes. And then we'll come back and we'll do 1975, and then we'll take some questions at the end. So
I will say before we hit play, so our chat people, they're kind of talking here. We have two things. First off, somebody said they're going to take a drink every time they see the pipe.
We take no responsibility on how you feel.
The second thing is put your comments as you see stuff, because you might notice something that somebody else didn't. And if people are watching the chat, go ahead and keep it rolling. So
and Reese, these are absolutely the McFarkles. You are correct.
That's right. Yeah, Reese is coming in with the McFarkles. So, all right, gentlemen, hands on the play button. We're going to see how we can do this. And on my mark, when I say go, press play.
Say action.
Oh, action. All right. We'll do 1, 2, 3 action. That was just a test. Don't do it.
On action or after you finish action?
That's from the Manhattan Project. Do you remember that movie?
It's like herding cats.
When they need to cut the bomb. Anyway, we're different.
3 go or go?
It's going to be on action. 1, 2, 3, action. All right.
Hotel, motel.
That's the Holiday. Remember those signs? The Holiday Inn signs? Those were huge. They were something like $100,000 each or something.
There's the car.
And it represented the Star of Bethlehem, which is fascinating to me.
The old family truckster.
Look at that restaurant. It's just restaurant. Yeah, the family truckster's on the right. There, Mom's going to pan over to it.
Oh my God, it is a green.
Oh yeah, and they take it both years. Wait till you see the interior on it.
The guy that lived across the street from us when
he
I lived
might
in the
have
city
a pipe.
had a powder blue
there.
version
Hello.
of that.
He's waving to us,
Took a
guys.
puff of the pipe. So
yeah, he did.
There you go.
There's one pipe.
Oh my gosh, I love that dress that little girl is wearing.
There we are. Up, Dad's waving again.
Colors restored there. Nice.
Yeah, their color did change a little bit now and then. What's Mom doing there?
There's the Holiday Inn van.
There's the Holiday Inn van, the airport shuttle.
Yeah. She likes the rock feature, I guess.
Which Holiday Inn was this? This is a nice layout.
We don't know. Oh, there's the pipe.
So is this in Florida or en route?
We don't know at this point. Yeah, we don't know.
There's the title
card.
Meeting Mr. Walrus.
Yep.
And he spliced that in after because that's a photo in the park.
Yeah. I like the one in 1974. It's like two eyes stuck together.
Or it just fell over.
Yeah. And they got a fan blowing on the... Hey, I got to give him credit, right? Whoa, what happened?
It blew away. It might be outdoors. He might be shooting this outdoors because of the light.
That's true.
You need the sunlight.
It's on the hood. I bet you it's on the hood. Look, it's reflecting.
P, though.
There we are. So we're in the parking lot.
Winnebagos.
Yeah.
2 of them.
Another wood grain next to them, too.
It's a Nova, them to the left there.
Is it?
Yeah. I saw 3
Brave.
logo there.
It's a Brave Winnebago.
Is that a Mustang 2 on the other side, too?
It's another station wagon.
I think, yeah.
Like a Pinto?
How high does the father have his pants?
High as it'll go.
Look at the 3 those must be like rental Winnebago.
Where are they? There's like...
They're in the parking lot.
That's a Magic Kingdom parking lot.
Yeah.
Why are the Winnebagos in the parking lot? That's interesting.
They almost look like rentals or something, huh? That's a big bag to bring in, too. Wow. Smaller than some of today's carriages, but...
So it's colder today than wherever they were at the hotel.
Yeah.
So this is Christmas time. That's we know roughly.
I don't know where the kids went. Where'd they go? Oh, there's Rusty and Audrey.
Parking lot trams.
So this might be near that island portion in the center where because there's some of the palm trees in the queue.
The palm trees were so much more prevalent back then. Seemed like there were more places.
Yeah.
A comment from the chat here: Mom's bag is the least noisy part of her outfit.
See the Polynesian back there?
Oh yeah, so they are back where that Ford commercial was shot, JT. Yep. By that the island, so to speak, that they're taking out now. Nobody's rushing though. What I like about this film is that they actually filmed like this type of stuff. Most of the time,
ticket and transportation here.
Yeah. All right. So in those turnstiles, they would take your transportation ticket out of your ticket book. So then you could get on the transportation to go to the Magic Kingdom.
And we got 2 queues there going up too. Both
That's
of them.
right.
No smoking sign. So if he hits that pipe, we got a problem.
It's amazing how that shot has just not changed. I mean, they're not even he's still on the monorail ramp there. All right.
Oh,
Carl Sagan.
Carl Sagan. Billions and billions of people have come here. The Magic Kingdom.
The Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, that will get a couple people riled.
Hey, the train works.
It's actually going around. I don't know which one that is. Oh, there's Dad there. Oh, he was just going through. His bald pate, we can see.
Here we go. Oh, pipe's in.
Does he have another? Oh, yeah.
It's in, hanging out of his mouth. There he goes. I just saw the match flight. Yep. Have a drink, everybody.
Pipes out for Harambe.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that plaid outfit there.
Were you allowed to just smoke a pipe right there on Main Street?
You could smoke everywhere back then, except in the rides. Oh my gosh!
No, the rides were off limits, huh?
Other than the rides, because it's a fire hazard. Pretty much everybody smoked everywhere. It was all
crazy. All right, so we got there's another guy smoking right there.
Love that Christmas tree
that sweater
when it was real.
Yeah, it does look real. It's not perfect, It's got some bald spots.
You definitely point out it's definitely a chillier day. I mean, we know it's December, November.
This guy's got a sweater on here with his cigarette.
Yeah. It's a long shot of the same scene over and over. Like,
he was waiting on the horse. See that?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's stop the camera. Don't. These people had cash to burn. I'm just filming.
Yeah. Todd is the executive producer here. You're spending too much money on film.
Joe Hollywood over
there. Comments coming in are great. Rusty and Audrey. Beautiful Christmas decorations, benches.
Here we go.
Where are we? Where are we? Oh, are we on?
We're on the Skyway.
Oh, we're on the Skyway.
Jumped right to the Skyway.
Wow.
So you got on Tomorrowland, I take it.
That's smart. Get on early.
Yeah.
The Grand Prix.
For that.
There's the crane. So this is 74. So we've got the new Tomorrowland.
We're building Space Mountain right behind you there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man, those are close, right next to each other.
I had a great view of that.
Beautiful. That is like the shot.
There's somebody taking a picture of him taking a picture. There we go.
If you have that other footage from the other car, we'd love to have that.
Yeah, if you know who. Oh, there's Dad.
Pipey McGee there.
All right, and you can see the old Dumbo under his arm. There.
Oh yeah, there it is
in its original location.
There's a question: could you smoke on the Skyway?
We'll find out maybe in a minute. This is like the longest film footage.
Wait, what's in his hand? It looks like it's in his hand. No, that's the pole. The pole. Never mind.
Oh, are we going under the sea, or is this just going to be a
submarine voyage?
How did that cue ever change over the years? At all?
No, not really.
Really? Wow.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right. Are they in the queue? I can't tell. Oh no.
Yeah, they're in the. Yeah,
they were in the queue. Okay.
Because now they've moved around.
Oh, they're on the waiting the platform here. Yeah. We got a stuck sub. Now that's the waterfall after they split it. It looks like, right?
It does appear to be that.
So in earlier episodes, we talked about how the waterfall used to come down right over the sub, but it actually started to flood.
And you could see on the tail of that ship the number that was on the back, so you could tell which ship was ship. So that's number 6.
Oh, there. Yep.
That's the only way you could discern them.
If you look closely, you can see a disappointed Todd because the ride's closed.
I saw that comment from Fort Wilderness Podcast. Thanks. Yes, somebody is a listener and has heard my story before. All right. Oh, maybe we're going to take a ride. Let's see if
color shift.
Yeah, that's what's interesting about film is sometimes you'll notice the color will shift when they moved from one film cartridge to another, and the front might have been a little bit more exposed or overexposed.
They got a nice shot of like the load console.
Yes.
There. Yeah, you can see the buttons and everything.
Seeing these things roll up is kind of mind blowing. Like I don't remember it. They almost look like it's like you only see pictures and then you actually see the thing moving. It's really weird.
Audrey's like, "Come on!"
It's like ahead of its time.
And now we're on the ferry boat.
Now we're in the ferry. This is an interesting edit. Does Dad have a pipe? Was it behind him there?
Hey, magic, mister.
He's got a hidden. No pipe.
Someone has rented a
sailboat back there.
Yeah, but whoa, wait a minute. Okay, somebody didn't do a good job editing.
We got it, yeah.
Oh, he just lit up again. He's got it in his mouth right there.
So here we are in front of the Walt Disney Story.
Well, they may have left the park and been on the ferry boat and then come back in to see this. I mean, Might have gone to the car to eat a ham and cheese sandwich.
Actually, wait a minute. His shirt is blue now, and Rusty's got a different outfit on, right? Is this the second day? This could be another day.
You know, Todd, it does take 2 full days to see the park. So allocate that much time for it.
That is true. We are filming Main Street again, so...
Is that Sling Blade?
I was laughing at that.
I like the way you talk. I sure do love them French fried
Oh no,
potatoes.
she's got the same. Some people says they clearly changed in the Nautilus, but it looks like Audrey's wearing the same shirt.
Somebody said changed in the Nautilus.
Oh, pipe!
Oh, look at that bag.
There he
Look
is.
at that
He's got the
bag.
bag now.
Look at that.
What's
GAF
that
sign
logo?
over the camera
How GA?
Well, look at the tie dye behind him. Look at the
GOF.
pants.
So GAF. So that before that was an early camera film company.
They were the
that
camera sponsor the first 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
before
they-
Polaroid.
Before Polaroid, yeah. And then
Okay.
Kodak.
Oh, there he is again. He's hanging out at the trash can now.
He's just enjoying Center Street.
Yep.
Both sides of it.
Oh, there's
There's
Mom.
Center Street.
There
There's
it
the
is.
flower market.
The obligatory flower market shot.
There you go.
So everybody takes a picture there. Quick, let's knock it down.
Bob, did you get my good hair? Did you get my good hair?
Wonderful. The cycle shop, the
Chinese
laundry.
laundry.
Andre, yep.
That flower that guy's got. Jeez.
They sold real flowers there.
That's huge, though. It looks like it's, gosh, what was that movie? Where Ninja Turtles 2, it looks like, with the secret of the ooze there, with the dandelions.
She's like, did you get it? We got the shot, Mom.
I got it.
All right, there's Dad there walking.
Some big trees there in front of the castle.
Yeah. Obscuring my view. Cut them down.
The turrets are very blue.
And people have often said to us, wow, it was so slow. Are you sure you played this film back at the right speed? This is the correct speed. This is the way people meandered through the park. It was a park to relax.
Like that
amazing.
sweater.
How fast you don't have to walk when you don't have to make your fast pass at a certain time.
Exactly. When you get there, you get there. All's good. And like I said at the beginning, what's really interesting is somebody
there's
changed the speed or something.
The
Adjusted
lens.
their camera,
They probably
Through the
shifted
filter.
the lens to a different filter. Yeah.
What you don't appreciate a lot of times is people who did this, because a lot of films, like I said earlier, were very quick hits, one after another, and you didn't. This is a lot of great footage to watch.
Look at the little. You can actually appreciate the little gold details that were on the castle.
Yep.
Pipe again. Hopefully, people are keeping count. The obligatory walk up the castle ramp shot. He still got the bag. That poor guy would lug that thing everywhere.
Looks like Patton coming back to the or MacArthur coming back to the Philippines here with his khaki outfit.
That's right.
Those weeping willows.
And swan boats were running by now, right? Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
Those. Yeah.
Should be. Let's see what
They're looking down at him.
Waiting on one.
There it goes again.
Come on, man. It's killing me here.
We'll have to see if they.
yeah,
there they are. Yeah.
There they go.
This week, season.
There we go.
Anybody in the audience have? We do have an update. Shorenforce says up to 6 pipes so far. 6 pipes.
Look how
Clark
open that shot is. Just
nobody's in it.
being able to see into Liberty Square.
Yeah.
Before all of that stuff just became like big overgrown trees and underbrush.
Mm-hmm.
Clark Kent says so many crocheted shawls. We got a pipe count of 7 and counting.
110 viewers here watching with us. If you're just joining us, welcome.
The lederhosen outfits.
I like
Do they
that.
still wear that? I don't think they wear that anymore, do they?
That's just a guy. He's just visiting.
Fritz.
Oh, a character meet and greet.
It's
Here we go.
Pooh. With the little bee probably over top of his honey pot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who was the first character I recall meeting?
I know I grew up in the 70s, and a lot of my pictures looked like this, but boy, fashion was interesting.
And for those of you who have never seen this, back before they put all the characters behind lines that you would stand in, they were just out in the open, and you would go approach them, or they would approach you, and they would get mobbed like this.
Welcome to our sleepless friend in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, coming in from Manchester, UK tonight.
Yeah, there is no handler, if you noticed, with the character. This is before.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the balloons there.
That is a heck of an outfit she's in.
Yeah.
Whoa, full suit.
Tigger.
I've never seen so much plaid pants after screening all these.
Another baby.
Waiting for what? We need a good stroller shot, but the kids are too big for the strollers. We've got to have someone there.
Somebody did comment. They said,
"There, see the kid grabbing the tail. See the kid grabbing the tail.
Oh yeah.
That's why they don't. That's why they don't come out and just
Captain
wander
Hook.
around.
Captain Hook.
Where are we here?
Pipe.
Is it
I got a
outside
pipe.
Snow
By
White?
Peter Pan.
Oh, it's outside Peter Pan. Okay. There's one. Hey, there's a stroller there. There we go.
Mr. Smee.
Yep.
Captain Hook, hold my baby. Look at that hair. Wow.
There's a Skyway in the background. Look, just caught the shot. There it is. The Skyway,
Oh, yeah, okay.
the
So
Skyway
this is
exit,
right by
yeah.
Peter Pan's
Look at
flight
that
there.
camera. Look at that camera.
Polaroid.
It's like the pop-up folds.
Yeah, that's the foldable Polaroid, right?
I'm not sure that's a Polaroid because some of the regular film cameras look like that too. Like you just took a regular picture.
Gotcha.
We got a pipe of not the guy, but that counts. There's another pipe.
Yeah, the one in the background.
Taking a picture, smoking a pipe. Autograph books. That's surprising. I figured that was a later thing. They were around.
This kid's got a whole glass of Coke just hanging out.
Just
Oh, that's
a real
wait, that's
glass.
Rusty. That's Rusty.
He's got a real glass.
You know what that is, Todd? That's Welch's grape juice.
Oh, that's right.
That's Welch's grape juice he's drinking.
Yep.
Mickey Mouse review right there on the right.
I think he's.
Now where
Do we have
Mickey's
a pipe?
Philhar Magic is.
Yeah, it's in there. It's in the mouth.
MacArthur just waved.
Yep.
He's giving the victory salute.
Pipe.
Yeah, it's good. Definitely. Look at. He looks like he went
Ethel,
fishing.
you got it.
It's
Put
like
it
a
down.
fishing vest, like stuff with tackle and.
There's a Larry Zonka jersey.
All right, Rusty's got to change the flash cube, so it might be a minute.
Gideon's having a lot of fun
Oh
here.
boy.
Do you remember that one film
What's
where
in her
Mickey
hand?
like squeezes the girl's bum? I mean, remember that? That was really bad.
Oh, I love the teacups. Look at the open doors. It's not even the strap.
Oh yeah, they just put a little chain across it.
Oh yeah, right at the top.
Oh yeah, there is
In
a
the old
chain. yeah.
days.
Yeah, if you come out, you come out. What is what was that?
Somebody's pelt, right?
I was gonna say he looks like Davy Crockett standing there.
He's just got his jacket kind of half on.
It's
Adam
Indiana-
Richards
young
wants
Indiana
to
Jones.
know Adam
what's
Richards wants
he
to know, is
got
there an
there?
orange bird sighting in this film? I
Here
don't
he
know.
is.
I don't think we have orange bird in this one.
We
All right.
have
We're
not
over by the
watched it
Skyway.
yet, so.
Yeah, we're at the exit, right? Oh,
Okay.
Rivers America.
That
Here
keel
we go.
boat.
There's the bridge. The one of the bridges over.
We got
Mike Fink.
we got a Mike Fink keelboat there. And steamboat heading around the corner.
I'm impressed at how long they stayed on some of these shots.
And we are looking at where there is no Big Thunder Mountain right now.
Oh.
Here it comes. Which one? What were the names of them? How? Gollywumper or something like that? Wasn't
Bertha May, I think.
Bertha May?
Couldn't lose it if Dad
Let's
was
see
on the
when the
front
sign
with his
turns.
pipe. It's
Yep.
a sign. Bertha May.
Bertha May, okay. Yeah, that's where Thunder would be right there, right?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
the river. Yeah, there's the riverboat. So that would be where Splash Mountain kind of is.
You're right. And as we come around the river, it'd be on the
Yeah,
left.
based on that angle. And right there where those totems are,
Mhm.
that's kind of where Big Thunder starts heading to be that way.
Okay. Question from the Fort Wilderness podcast. How many minutes could you get out of a roll of film back then? A standard Kodak 50-foot roll would yield you 3 minutes. And it would cost you about $8 to $9, including processing and shipping back home.
That's why you have that jacket with all the pockets in it. Hold all these reels.
That's right.
Yeah, that's why anybody who spliced together 5 and 6 of these things are like, wow, it's Rockefeller here.
Yeah.
Good old friendly Indian village.
Coming back into Liberty Square.
I feel like they're taking a longer tour on this boat than they do now.
Well, it's just that she filmed every waking minute of it.
Wait, what boat are they on? Is this a keel boat?
No, they're on the regular
They're on the other steamboat.
The other steamboat, the regular one.
Oh, this is a
there's
steamboat.
two.
I thought it was
That's
a
right.
Tom Sawyer boat here. Okay.
Look at the line for the mansion. And no trees in front of it, the kind of the way it looks now, right? Oh, maybe they were on a keel boat.
Oh, they might have been on the keel boat.
They must have been,
you're right.
yeah. Because that's the Admiral Joe Fowler there. Single smokestack.
Oh, here we go. Same cars.
Clark Kent says that's what's in that crazy bag. It's the film. All right. Nobody's moving. Nobody's going anywhere.
Nothing more exciting than watching cars rev.
They're watching the asphalt dry.
With no sound.
There you go.
Oh, look at the contemporary.
Yeah, we should. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, people are probably saying, "Oh, where's the music? Where's the sound?" This one does not have any sound. A lot of films were silent that people took back 8mm and Super 8. It was a feature. Your camera had to have the feature. You had to buy the special film, and then it was when it was processed. You had to make sure. Bumping
Still
each other.
bumped back then.
Send a copy of this to Nationwide.
Your premium's going up.
Inner two lines there. They're not on the outer.
Yeah.
You notice the outer doesn't have any oil spill on it either.
Todd, Amy wants one of them bags, and I think you should get her one.
Oh, okay. Look at her. Well, we can find one. We can find. She says it's in again. Yeah. All right. So there's Rusty behind the wheel. Did Audrey go out? I didn't see her.
About a minute and a half left.
I love those jumpsuits that the attendants wore.
Oh yeah,
the Goodyear blue with the yellow stripe.
It's like that their name is on it with a red patch, and they're gonna climb under and do some oil changes.
It's very close to that. I think it was supposed to be styled after what the pit crews wore.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
And that's interesting. Those flags, they almost look like nautical flags, but I wonder what they represent. I never saw those before. Oh, look at Space Mountain.
Space Mountain construction wall.
That's
you
cool.
See right through the bottom there.
With a hole through it.
Yeah, that's cool footage. And then there's the Skyway turnaround, or not turnaround, the
90.
It wasn't 90. Remember we had that whole thing about the angle. I'm not going there. Yeah. I was schooled on that.
There's a POV on the Speedway here.
Yeah.
Pre GoPro.
This is very exciting.
Should I de-shake this? Because it's a little headache inducing. Ooh, look at this shot. Look at the lights.
Honey, floor it.
All right, so there was a person in a control tower in the center there. You'll see.
Yeah.
Who would actually do lighting for like when the cars were supposed to start and stop.
Now it's more like, oh, it's clear, go.
Yeah, it's just like, oh,
yeah.
Thanks for the $5, Haston. Appreciate that.
Oh, thank you, Haston.
And don't go anywhere, because after the intermission, we've got the following year the same trip.
Same family,
1975.
Too. See what the fashions have changed if they bring that bag back.
That's right. Never know. All right.
Yes, do the cars still have the spoilers on the back? Right. I don't know, actually.
Currently. All right. Well, that concludes part 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a brief intermission here. So we're going to throw ourselves on mute, give you a little intermission video to watch, and we'll be back at the conclusion of that video.
Show starts in 8 minutes. Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. Promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go! Show starts in 7 minutes.
It's refreshment time, folks.
Taste that beats the others cold. Pepsi pours it on. Taste that beats the others cold. Pepsi pours it on.
Yum, yum. It's a meal in itself. Our all-meat super dog. Enjoy one now.
Show starts in 6 minutes.
As everyone knows, rainbows usually have a treasure at the end. Let's follow this one and see if we can find the pot of gold.
Oh, there, and I suppose you've come to claim me treasure.
Well, we'd like to see the gold first.
Ethan, there's better than gold in here, me lad. No, just look here, no.
Candy, refreshing soft drinks, popcorn, ice cream. Well, that's some treasure, but anyone can buy luscious treats like these at the snack bar.
You don't tell me. Do you suppose you could get me a job as a snack bar attendant?
Show starts in 5 minutes.
We're happy to have you with us this evening and want you to enjoy every minute of your stay here. And while you relax and stretch, visit our concession where you'll find something to please you. There are ice-cold drinks, delicious sandwiches, ice cream, coffee and snacks, and many other pleasing treats. Our foods are fresh and tasty, our drinks satisfying and refreshing. They're so good.
You get more out of life when you go out to a movie.
Show starts in 4 minutes.
Visit our snack bar and treat yourself to some delicious Castleberry's pit-cooked barbecue sandwiches. Cooked the Castleberry way, slowly over open pits of glowing charcoal, then seasoned with a sauce that's zesty, yet delightfully mild to please the entire family. Also at the snack bar, you'll find popcorn and soft drinks and candy and French fries to go with your Castleberry's barbecue sandwiches. There's plenty of time before the movie starts, so visit our snack bar right now for Castleberry's pit-cooked barbecue sandwiches.
Still plenty of time to come and be served at the refreshment center before showtime.
Show starts in 3 minutes. Show starts in 2 minutes.
Your attention, please. All new Hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
Show starts in 1 minute.
Please remember to replace the speaker on the post when you leave the theater.
And now, on with the show.
Sorry about that, folks. We're still getting used to this live thing. All right, let's go back and say, well, we hope you enjoyed the intermission and got a snack or something. And my wife is out there yelling at me now that you're on mute, so sorry about that.
I got a pretzel, everybody.
Brian's got a pretzel. JT's craving Coke with nugget ice or Pepsi, something like that.
Coke.
Yeah. How did you order anything from the Fool? Yeah, we fixed.
I'm waiting for my Lapu Lapu. They haven't. The pool boy hasn't come with me yet.
The pool boy.
Oh man, Reese says we're practicing our mime skills. So one of these days we'll get one of these live things.
We'll get a job at SeaWorld.
That's right. There we go. And Horizons One says, "Who drove off with the speaker?" So good jokes, guys. All right, we will definitely practice better for next time. Remember to click that unmute button. Okay, so we're going to continue with 1975. So it is the same family. So we're going to see what they did on their next vacation. So let me just turn on the little magic button here. You guys let me know when you have it queued up.
Well, I'm ready.
And we're starting off with a really nice opening. Look at this. It looks like they're in Florida already. So again, on 1, 2, 3, we go on action. So 1, 2, 3, action.
Action. We got some Adams orange juice there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Named after Ben Adams.
Nice
the
opening.
Adams Packing Association, which is actually true.
Did he take the letters with him on this trip to make the sign down there?
It must have been.
That's planned.
Rand McNally. Well, that's just a Rand McNally guide. I guess he could have done this at home, depending where he lives.
Well, you get orange juice there. There's no R.
Ooh, picnic tables.
Holy cow! They're at the border.
Free orange juice maps. Something in picnic tables.
Yeah, picnic tables. Yeah.
Information is what the other one says.
Information.
Nice pants there. Woo.
This one's 25 minutes long.
It's just this one shot for like 25 minutes.
Thanks for joining us, folks.
But how many of these other films have we had where they don't pose, right? So here we are at the rest stop. Look at that.
There's the truckster.
Yeah. That's not Grandma on the roof, is it?
That's all his pipe material in there.
Yeah.
It's tobacco. Just all. So we had Sal wrote us on Twitter, said this is he called it an Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser, and I narrowed it down to a mid-70s Vista Cruiser. We changed the body style frequently.
Yep. Does Audrey have the same shirt on that she had? Wasn't she in a yellow sweater last year too?
Maybe that's her color.
Yeah, it might be.
Oh.
Mom putting the shades on.
There you go. Cool.
That is a red shirt.
Wow. With pockets to hold film and pipes.
It's always funny when they pose like they're posing for a still photo for a movie.
Yep. Oh, look at this.
There's the sign. Now, is that in the exact same spot as the big one that's there now?
Good question.
Sure, it's pretty close. It was always funny. You drive down that road.
Look at the interior.
The quality of the asphalt would suddenly change from like the Florida maintained crappy to like the Walt Disney World maintained like smooth.
Oh, really? It was better, huh? Even back then.
He's got a camp shirt on.
Oh, yeah.
He was a summer camper.
Oh, good call. His collar is, or something is,
His collar is so
covering
big.
it or something.
Darn it.
It's a bat, and it's just going to fly off with him.
Yeah.
Camp Okefenokee.
What license plate is on his car?
I'm going to have to.
You can tell the state now, right?
Yeah, that would be.
I will pause it at some point and zoom in here when we're done, and I'll be able to tell you. Oh, Toll Plaza. Pulling
Is
up.
this the
I love
Kermit
shots like this.
Magic Kingdom Toll Plaza?
Yeah, to see the flyover?
Yeah.
What else was there, JT?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. I wasn't sure if there was a Disney toll road.
Yeah, that's the Magic Kingdom toll
That's
plaza.
it.
Okay, now I see the D. See the.
What is that guy trying to do? What is he trying to?
do?
Where's he going?
We have all been behind that guy.
Exactly. Oh, the blue line. Remember that? You follow the colored line. You would follow the blue line to the Contemporary, and you had another color for Fort Wilderness, another color for the Polynesian. The blue line was the Contemporary line.
They could have done that again and not built that big flyover. Saved them a ton of money.
Yeah, I mean,
just put some lines down.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of cars dripping oil though. Look at
yes.
This. Wow. The soot and oil.
Gasket technology wasn't as good back then.
You got the A-pillar in the way.
Oops.
But it's a monorail, Earl. We gotta get the monorail.
She's getting a light post.
This looks like they didn't know they still had the camera on.
Or she thought she was getting it all. Dad wants to check in. He's starting the camera. The car's starting to crawl. Come on, let's go. We gotta check in.
Look at that, honey.
What's that sign say? Do not pass.
Yeah. So we're just about to go under the
Temporary's
water.
Looking clean. Although I will say the monorail track isn't as clean as I expected. Ooh,
Nor is
there's
that
sign that's still there.
Yeah.
Well, they were eating up tires, remember?
That's right.
Yeah.
I think she made him stop for every monorail. Oh, the old logo there.
A little beetle in the parking lot. A couple beetles. 3.
You can get the full driving experience before they redid the parking lot.
Look at this. No, they haven't even checked in yet. She got
What's
out of the
this guy
car.
with a push mower here in the back? Just trimming up the...
So they're in line at the security. What's that, a bag of onions or oranges? It looks like a bag of oranges.
Bag of oranges.
A pointy street light back there. It's like, I feel like it should be hanging down.
The bulb one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another one on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Mom's just going to walk up.
She's just going to get out.
Look at the guy again. Another guy trying to cut in on the right-hand side there. Look at him.
He's going. Boy, those lights are cool.
Nice outside shot there. JT, have you ever done any research on the average width of parking spaces, like compared 70s to compared now?
No, I have not. You would think they'd be a little bigger back then, but at the same time, you still have SUVs in the 90s and now too. So,
all right, here we go.
All right, so we're going through, going around to check in.
Bus action. Oh,
nope, we're back in the parking lot.
Waving.
There it is.
With the monorail, there it is. If you look, you can see it list a little bit because of the bad beam.
Fort Wilderness Podcast says, look for Richard Nixon, chest of drawers from Jim Collins.
Like a chest of drawers into a chest. No pipe. Oh, pipe. Yes, pipe.
That's the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pipe or shadow. There's the game we get to play.
Yes.
Oh, look at the concrete there, huh?
Is this the main entrance side or is this
Look
the
at
water
that cab.
side?
Look at that cab.
Oh, the cab is awesome.
Huh?
Main entrance.
Phew, bless you.
Really sets off a white belt.
Got to do something to pop on that black on black, Brian. He's not Johnny Cash here.
That's right.
Bye.
That porca share in the front where everybody used to just drive up.
Yep.
Oh, there's one of the bullseye pools.
I love the blue logo on that garbage can.
Yeah, white.
Oh, the
blue.
pool.
Crystal clear and refreshing. Look how many people are packed. White sand. Look at the white sand beach. And it's interesting that Chevron treatment.
So that round pool is still there now.
Yep.
And it's all filled in around it now with concrete that leads out to it. But that round pool is still there.
Now look at the Chevron concrete treatment. That was what we just saw in the front. So that the continuity of that is interesting. There's one of the launches there at the dock.
Discovery Island. There's the walrus.
Yeah. Yep, Walrus is beached.
God, yeah.
Oh, bob around.
Oh, yeah.
And there's that odd barge. See it parked at the Star Dock right on the left-hand side. That strange barge. We never really knew what it was.
Look how busy the lake is.
Nice water sprites.
Sail barge.
I love the dock. That's so cool.
I can only assume this is from their room.
Yeah, I would think.
Unless they went up to the
Jim says
top.
that's a fuel barge.
A fuel barge, okay.
Huh.
So maybe when they potentially ran out. Those sprites are humming. Look at that.
Yeah.
They certainly don't go that fast anymore.
Like that That side wheeler better turn. It's gonna smack right into the island.
Yeah, where's he going?
Doesn't he take him out there?
But
They're going to
seriously,
Discovery Island.
look. Yeah, but the dock is on the other side. Look, did you see that Sprite turn? Those are definitely fast. Much faster than the current ones.
Before the lawyers showed up.
Yep.
Man, look at the wave lines. I mean, you see how busy it is out there. It's amazing. There's sailboats out.
Yeah.
I love it.
People are just having fun.
Yeah.
They don't need Epcot. They got water.
So wait, if you had Garden Wing over there where
there's
the
a
BBC
railing
is now, you could walk out to the beach technically from your room.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
The Starburst dock was over there on the left.
Look at that bob around. It is just moving all over the place, and they're not even going anywhere.
Do you have anything left? We got this weird boat. Nobody takes it. I don't know.
If you can get to go in a straight line, you can have it for free.
Last guy got stuck for 4 hours out
there. He was asking where this is shot from. It may actually be from one of their lower level rooms, the balcony of a room, if it's not actually on the steps outside the back. There's the round pool.
Clark Kent says, "Can you hear Worlds Away?" Oh, yes. Great song.
Look at that.
Look at that's ADA accessible, that pool there. That looks safe to get in.
Now, are those little squares lights? Like they had lights around the whole perimeter like that close? No.
Not sure. It's amazing that shot just hasn't changed at all.
Nope.
Nothing. Not a paint job, nothing.
I think they're pretty close to a room refurbishment where they just slide the rooms right out, right? That's the myth. Oh, there's more of those trash cans. How?
Those slatted, those vinyl slat beach chairs, just so you know, in the Florida sun would get to be about 140, and you could lay down and you would look like a Whopper, like a burger patty from a Whopper with the grill lines across.
Look at that! Look at that sun shirt or whatever.
And the
I like
Life
that.
Vest.
Very much an Ernie.
Yeah.
Ernie color palette.
Yeah, it is. that life vest barely fits him.
So they call in the art world how the Ernie.
That's it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cinch it tight, Pop. Cinch it tight.
Why did he only get the half vest?
It's an odd half vest. Here he goes. Oh, he's in. Banged his knee, maybe going in. And this was before they had those little gate things you drive the Sprite through. Oh, we're off.
Yeah, Mercury outboards on all those.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna no wake zone here. So let's see if
See you later.
Pop. There he is. He's
like,
oh well, that's over.
It just hit the launch there.
Sun's starting to go down. Looks like
those boats should be in. It's too late.
I wonder if we even get to a theme park at this point.
No, they play. They looks like they just played on Bay Lake for the day.
Yeah.
When they got there with their oranges.
Yep. Could have been a sack of onions. You never know.
I don't think it was a sack of onions, Todd.
They're coming back.
Everybody at the Florida border gets a free sack of onions.
That's right.
Oh, here he is. Oh,
they come back.
Wait, his knees are in his chin.
Like up his nostrils.
He can't get in there.
This is comfortable.
Reese thinks he looks like Robert Picardo.
Future Lodge property.
Whoa.
Yep, you're right.
Whoa.
Look at that turn.
Easy, Junior. Still no pipe, yeah. Got nothing. He's not on the boat with the pipe. That'd have been a classic image.
There we are. We're in the park.
All right. We made it. Oh, he's waving. We're over here.
No.
Is he?
I feel like I should wave every time they wave.
I know. Mm-hmm. Is he? I think he just. Oh yeah, he's lighting up. There he goes. There he goes.
Gosh.
And she's gonna zoom. You know, here's another thing interesting for the camera people there. Oh, he's got it in his hand there too. And now he's in the sweatshirt. I mean, the
trash can.
The undershirt.
Look at the way it's catching those ornaments, though.
Yeah. So cameras back then were, if you had zoom, that was a big feature too.
Yeah.
Wasn't cheap.
Whoops.
Look out for the horse.
There he goes. He's got glasses on too. The first time we've seen those.
All right, let's meander.
There's the card shop on the left.
We were here last year. Over here.
He's waving again.
You can also notice those are different garland than what came a few years later because they don't have the candle in the center of the wreath in the middle. So that was very early years.
It's in his hand.
Wrist, though.
It's in his hand.
Where's the sun? Oh, he's filming. Oh, here you go.
Pearlies, yeah. Hey, we should dress like that for our next retro event.
Just so I can carry the drum.
That's just an excuse to grow my mustache.
Wow, look at that huge Space Mountain.
Beautiful.
Is it open?
It's got that
would have been by now, right? December 75. It was open.
Yeah,
right?
it was opened. It was opened in
July,
the beginning
right?
of 75.
Yeah.
Starjets.
Nice and clean.
And the People Mover was finished at this point.
Maybe they take a ride on it. Let's see. I've seen bits and pieces over the time of restoring this.
That a
Water fountain
Tomorrowland?
just kind of hanging out in the middle there.
Tomorrowland trash can.
You guys want to do something, or you want to go somewhere? Or are we just gonna hang here?
Let's just watch this.
Only got so many seat tickets to use.
JL says, let's go on If You Had Wings. I don't know if that's in here. We'll find out. That's a rare find. Oh, going back to the Skyway. Favorite last time, favorite this time. That's a good shot, though. Look at that.
Yeah, there's a lot.
That's before you came down to the turn. There's the turn right there. Nice shot of it, kind of. Rusty.
Don't lick the railing, kid.
Oh, he did. Easy. Oh, he touched it. Oh no, he's gonna do it again.
He says it smells like weird, Dad. I don't know.
It smells like Bob Gurr.
I feel like this is last year's trip, just edited in the wrong the wrong order. It's like the same. Yeah.
Yeah, we had this shot earlier on the face.
It is. It's interesting. He's got bifocals.
And a gold tooth.
He's a pirate. Reese says, Rusty, why? Reese, you got to ask your dad to watch National Lampoon's Vacation, but I'm not suggesting he will be the one for authority on that.
Here we go, coming into the Skyway
station.
Station.
Look at this shot.
Oh, this is nice.
Please don't turn the camera off. Please don't.
I know. I'd like to see the speed on this compared to nowadays.
Look at that.
She got scared. That is not pipe smoke behind. That is smoke behind him there.
But you do get them coming out of the station a bit. I mean, it was so pretty. That area was so pretty.
Pipe. There it is. Come on, Martha. Let's go.
There's Brer Bear with the tracheotomy.
It's the oddest placement.
Gray?
I want to hear the story behind that sometime.
So is this? I want.
It was Baloo, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
Jungle
Baloo.
Cruise,
It's
old
Baloo.
time.
I meant Baloo.
Rusty didn't take his. He still got the same camp shirt on too. I wonder if this is still the same. It's still day one.
Could have been out of order. They did the boating at the evening.
It's amazing they didn't sink back then.
They're still the same shells today. Have they ever replaced any of the shells? Do you know?
They may have replaced them. May have when they switched it over to that Indiana Jones look. I don't have confirmation of that yet.
Gotcha. Oh, look at that bag.
Yeah.
JT, you want to point out some of your favorite plants?
Yeah, that's the second most scariest elephant in the jungle.
We've pointed out in some films before that it used to actually look like the savannah because the trees hadn't really grown in, but I think we're seeing more back. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. There's a little bit.
Yeah. It really does kind of look like what Animal Kingdom looks like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's so overgrown now.
Oh, they're only dangerous when they blow bubbles and wiggle their ears.
That's true.
These jokes. Everybody's just the between you guys and the commentary. Everybody's dropping their favorite Jungle Cruise jokes.
Jim Collins, please, frog. Sorry, Jim. The frogs were taken out in early 72.
Long before this.
Yeah.
Long before this.
But we do have, if you search frogs on retrowww.com, you'll certainly find a bunch of references to it and a bunch of films with them. And actually, I think one of the ones we have to restore has a nice new Nice new one coming up.
The guy twice. It's amazing how many elephants they reuse in the scene, and you can't really tell because
Yeah.
you go by them so fast from different angles.
So Fort Wilderness Podcast says this film looks so good. We didn't see that we have a 16 millimeter film coming up in a it was Kodachrome. It was filmed in early 1970. So I'll give you a hint of what you get to see: 1971 and 1972. It's amazing.
Nice. Pirates Plaza.
There we go.
Nice.
Yes. She got an
Smoke 'em if you
Izod.
got 'em.
Is that Izod or
That's Izod,
It's
yeah.
an Izod.
or Lacoste? Yeah.
Well,
Oh, that's right. One fakes out the other,
Oh,
right?
yes, Lacan. Yeah. Yes.
Tiki's.
With the pipe. Can't stop commenting on. Sorry, guys. Brian, to your point earlier, they pose for the movie camera, like you said, like you're taking a still picture. This is a moving picture, guys. You can move.
We can turn them into Hogwarts pictures.
That's right. Just
They're heading to Skipper's Canteen there.
that's right.
Now we're on Main Street. Going down Main Street. So
Yeah,
are they leaving the
must
park?
be heading home.
Probably
you
closes
walk
at 5.
To the
So that-
contemporary of this era from Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, you could walk there.
Okay.
I heard that, Hal.
I missed it.
They said the parks are probably about to close at 5.
That's true.
Look at that green balloon. It looks like
Yeah.
it's
She's
Looks
a
like
much
the
smaller
Army.
bag this year,
yeah.
too.
It's like an army issue.
I wonder if they made the kids carry the bag off camera this year.
There we go.
How somebody just asked you, you're making the pants available on your site.
Oh, yeah. It looks bright. The sun's no, the sun's coming from the west, so this is still afternoon.
So that's when it was the Gulf Hospitality House. And what was the restaurant back then?
It wasn't Tony's Town Square. It was
No, it was
the Oscar Mayer.
The Wiener House?
The town square restaurant.
That's
there
it.
we go.
Yep. Sponsored by Oscar Mayer. Yep.
Tom, sorry. No
Todd's
cash
grandma just
accepted
called
at this
it the hospitality
attraction.
house.
It was Hormel for a while too, somewhere, either Disneyland or here.
Sama 1999. Thank you for the $5.
Yeah, thank you much there, bud.
So there actually was a brief time, I think, when you could actually give him cash instead of a ticket at some places.
Really?
Yeah, like 10 cents instead of going to get the ticket. You're like, here, just take my dime.
Like it went to the book, not to their pocket. Like it wasn't like, oh wow.
Yeah, Sean First says, hey, I never saw the sun coming up in the west. Yeah, I think that was the end of the day, and then we jumped over to a new day here. So
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. If you'd like dark caves and mystery mines, bottomless pits, shaky bridges, and big rocks, you come to the best place. No,
she wasn't going to give you enough time to read it.
that's fine.
I like
Ooh,
that
look at
pink
outfit.
dress. I like the pink dress.
Professor Alita McFly says, will you be doing this regularly? I think we're going to try to do this, over
On
the next
occasion.
couple of weeks on
You
occasion.
like
Yeah.
it?
We want to see what the feedback is, what people think. We do have a lot of films. We'll certainly be releasing a lot, but hope you guys are enjoying this tonight.
Oh, that's nice. The Engine Joe sign.
We're up to 152 watching. So hello,
Audrey's
everybody.
thrilled.
But how many of you are judging is the question. We know you're watching.
He's like, can you believe that? They just let that old house sit right over there.
It's not even real.
That dog keeps howling.
Fort Wilderness Podcast says more of these shows. All right.
That's a beautiful shot of the mansion. Ah, Fort St. Clemens.
Yeah.
Before it was renamed in the 90s.
And what was it renamed to? How?
Did it become Fort Langhorne then?
Something like that.
something
Yep.
like that. His actual name.
Oh,
we go.
watch out, Dad. Don't drop your
Easy.
pipe.
Respite.
That barrel bridge. It's,
Board Collegiate says Audrey looks done. Yeah, I think she is. She does look a little bit toast on the day.
See, that guy's got the right attitude with the yellow shirt, jumping on that and making it more fun.
The smoke pouring out of that thing.
Yeah.
Seems a little cleaner burning nowadays.
Langhorne, PA. You're right down the road.
Oh, look at that.
Stop
you got a
at
local
Sesame
there.
Place. Stop at Sesame Place.
All right, we've got about...
I just love how many people are packed onto it.
Oh, I know. I was just going to say the same thing. They're like full for I guess it's a D ticket. Everybody's trying to use up that ticket.
So we got about 2 minutes left on this film, and then we are going to take questions. So if you want to start throwing your questions in for a little bit, we'll probably answer a couple for about 10, 15 minutes, and we'll go from there.
Preferably pertaining to the film.
Yeah, or our restoration or videos.
I mean, you could throw other stuff at us, but...
Yeah.
We're not prepared.
We can help with your homework.
Yeah.
Recipes. Cleaning tips.
I like the magic erasers.
Pulling in here. Oh, we had a little film marker there.
Oh, we got a parade. There we go.
There we go. We got to have a parade in one of these, right?
Everybody loves a parade.
So with this wouldn't be any special Christmas parade. That hadn't started yet, right?
Well, they look like they're dressed somewhat festively. But no, that's pretty standard parade unit.
Yeah, some of these are the very early floats, right?
Whoa. That's crazy.
So this film's getting about 30 seconds. There is a little bit more of the parade that I have not restored yet, but it only goes on for about another minute and a half or so. So we have to edit these together and put them out.
They're just in the back of the fire truck. Because they spent like 35 cents on parades.
It's like you get a banner and just walk down the street.
That's right, they just walk down the street and use whatever vehicle.
Well, it was called the character parade, right? It was called the character parade.
It was not a big fancy...
Alice in Wonderland.
Yep. And there we go.
They seem so thrilled to be there.
All right, so let me adjust the zoom here so we can go large screen again. So just bear with me here. I think we got it on the first try. Close enough for government work. We're not subsidized. Here we go. We'll fix that down a little bit. All right. So I think we had a couple questions come in. Let me scroll up here.
One asked how much movie footage we have that we haven't released or restored. More than you can imagine.
Yeah, so if you want to talk to that, we have probably about 70 plus videos that we need to release. We've released quite a bit from Howe's collection. We also have, recently that came back with this footage, we sent in about 2,700 feet of actual film. And this is the first that anybody's seen of that. So we've got some nice 16 millimeter stuff. We have a bunch of other films that we haven't released yet. So I would say somewhere in the neighborhood between 70 and 95 individual films, all totaling a lot of time. So what else we have out there?
These films all donations?
No.
No.
Usually not.
They are down. They are provided to us via your donations. So if you donate money to us, we utilize that money to obtain the films, go out there, find them, source them, and then send them in for conversion. You can do the math yourself, but each foot costs anywhere from 23 to 35 cents a foot to just convert. That doesn't include shipping and the hard drives and everything. So we have all this stuff archived as well. So while they're not direct donations, every now and then we do have people who send in films, and we got some videotape actually that we have to transfer.
Yeah,
to,
well, that's Haston asks us, can we expect more VHS cleanup? The sum total of not just VHS, but also what else did Howe shoot on 8mm video, right?
8mm video. Yep.
Yeah. So the amount of video we have that is restored and in the kitty to come out, plus stuff we've already released in the last couple of months. It could put its own channel on the air. I mean,
exactly.
It's a lot of stuff.
That's why this kind of downtime I had today, or the past couple of days at night, I'd set things to restore, and then, but it does take quite a bit of time to put them all together. So we're also, with some new processes that we found, we're going back and redoing things that we thought we were ready to release. And with these new processes I found, I just couldn't let certain things out the door without going back and fixing them. So that's kind of the way it always is. You always find a new way to do it. So let's see. John CW was happy and excited to see Captain Eeyore on the channel. Looks so excited.
Got one here. It says Gene was cut off on the podcast before he gave his contact info. So if you would like to look him up, Gene Brignola, BRIGNOLA.com. That's his website.
Let's see. Where do babies come from? Not touching that one tonight. Let's see.
Well, you see, when two people really love each other.
Oh, here's one for you, for Hal. Jim Collins wants to know, do you know where the totems wound up?
Yeah, some of them are still there. They're still in Frontierland. They're just in a different location. And I don't know if they're like these are presumably casts that were done because there's identical ones at Disneyland. I think some of them may have ended up at Fort Wilderness too. If not, they're duplicates of the same one. So
okay,
I don't know Fort Wilderness well enough today to know whether or not they're still there, but I know that there were very similar ones there as well.
Yep.
But yeah, there's still a couple of the totems hanging out.
Benny Fine. Benny, email us podcast@retrowdw.com. Benny was curious about supporting and also has some potentially newer footage. So for sure we'll talk.
And Karat says, I'd love to support you guys, but finances are a touch tight right at the moment. Is there anything else you can do? Keep track on Twitter and Facebook. Follow us there. Reason I say that is that with everybody at home now and wants to help out, we have over 10,000 photos that still need to be tagged. And we have somebody on board from the Smithsonian now who is actually that individual. She's helping us to get a tagging system all together. She's got our entire database. And we're going to be doing some crowdsourcing to ways to get our database up to date, where you'll be able to go in, see a picture, click some buttons to tag it, write a description, and then submit it to us for approval. So we definitely can need help with that. The more people we can have do that, just if everybody does 5 a day and we have 100 people doing it, we'll be through it in no time. So that would be something that we're looking forward to. So Karat, keep your eyes peeled for that. I hope to start coding that next week. It should be a quick one to do. So
there's another comment from Benny Fine here. This is great from a former WW manager and YouTube aficionado. And I thank you for watching it. And if we say anything wrong or you hear anything that we say, please send a correction for us, because we have the knowledge we have, but we know that you guys who work there for years and years and decades know this way more than we ever do as visitors. So we'd love to hear from you and hear about your contributions. So if you have any corrections or comments or anything, Benny, and anybody else who's a former Walt Disney World cast member, especially from the 70s and 80s, please get in touch with us, because we'd love to hear from you.
Yep.
WDW Manimal, thank you for the $5 donation.
Yeah, thank you there, guys. Reese says, if you're looking for any off-topic questions, I've got a weird one for you. Send it over, Reese. We'll see what we can do.
I'm looking here. I think we're pretty well caught up. Fort Wilderness podcast. They loved the in-hotel footage that was just released.
Yep.
We talked about that at the beginning.
So I'm going to tell people a little bit about what we have coming too. I'm just looking at our to-do list, and actually, JT, you and I need to probably get together tomorrow and update this of everything that we've released. So we have a shared spreadsheet of all the different things we're working on, but we can talk a little bit real quick about some other things that Howe did. I'm looking at this. He has gone through some rides, but we do have some interesting things that he went to Communicore. How? And you recorded things like Computer Coaster, and we've already released Smart One, but those are some cool things.
So,
put out there.
We knew that the days were numbered and that Intermissions was coming. So I went in and recorded as many of the computer screens and presentations that I could. So hopefully, knock on wood, I've got everything in there. The Computer Coaster, the energy game, the thing where you have to take the football player in a taxi to the stadium, and fingers crossed, I got it all.
Exactly. You have the 20K final voyage we've got to work on yet. Backstage animation tour, Country Bears Vacation Hoedown, FutureCom. Yes, there's Journey into Imagination, so don't worry, it's coming. We got the big, this is cool too, Progress City model. You were able to get up on the rafters, somehow shoot that one. I'm not asking any questions.
Oh, yeah.
We got RYCA at the Space Mountain, Symbiosis, Twilight Zone Tower of Terror training video. That wasn't yours, but we were able to obtain that, which is really interesting. And then you recorded a lot of stuff off on television too. You Let's see. You've got more information channels. Walt Disney Imagineering Story, Walt Disney World Past, Present, Future, and you have a couple really interesting ones from local Florida television news magazines that went to Florida. Yeah,
it was a PBS show.
Yeah, those are really, really cool as well. And on the film front, like I said, we've got a handful of 1970s 8mm movies coming, similar to what you saw before. Some of them aren't as charming as what we watched tonight. We do have a great one coming where we mentioned this on one of our previous shows, where a couple from Virginia narrate their trip to Epcot, and it's great. It's really, really good. So I have to finish working on restoring that one. So it's really good. So, all right. Well, any further questions? Let's see. Reese has a question here. Oh yeah, did it come through?
Yes, it did.
All right. Let's see.
So Reese asked about a book she found at her grandparents' Uncle Remus Stories, with the cover illustrated by Mary Blair. That's a golden book, Reese. Then they make lots of them for kids. There was a series of Walt Disney ones that were done. Mary Blair did a whole set of golden books that she illustrated, and they were actually sold as a set. Sometime Hal's holding it up, but the Mary Blair golden books were reissued and sold as a set sometime in the last 10 or 15 years. I know I have it. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's it's quite old. I think the copyright is
I mean, they were done in the 50s and 60s, but
so this one is copyright 1946.
There you go.
Yeah. And it's a gorgeous picture book.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just happens to have Mary Blair illustrations, and then it's very richly illustrated on the inside.
It keeps looking like you're pulling it out of the pool every time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Ali said you fell into the pool there.
Yeah, the inside illustrations kind of look like they're done. Oh, pictures by Al Dempster and Bill Justice. So there you go. There's two more very notable Disney names attached to this one.
And W.D. Manimal says there was also a book by Charles Solomon called The Art of Disney Golden Books. So that might be a neat one to look at the reference on and see if there's any information on that. So,
but you can definitely look at Amazon or eBay. It's the Golden Book. It's the Golden Treasury of Golden Books by Mary Blair or something like that. And there's some great, beautiful artwork in there.
So this is a giant golden book, and there's another one called Walt Disney's Surprise Package. 12 of the favorite stories of childhood, told and illustrated by Walt Disney.
It's a can of chili.
Yep. And cigarettes. You open it up.
And a Scotch mist.
Yeah.
Oh my.
All right. Well, we thank everybody for joining us tonight. I know it's we're just about at the top of the hour here, and really hope that everybody had a great time watching these films tonight. We're certainly will work to do it again in the near future. And we've got a lot of films and releases we talked about. We have a podcast episode to record next week. As we promised, El Rio del Tiempo is what we're going to do. And if you haven't take a listen to episode 56.5, Eugene Brignola, our chat with him, which was all about what he called typical
it's a really
pylons.
Interesting chat.
Yeah, it's all about the fountain in the front of Epcot.
And
the
souvenirs
original.
he made for the Disney Village and in the parks, and really great stuff.
And I think how you said it best the other day, you never would have thought we would have ever been able to interview this guy. And here we are a couple, years later.
I love these ones that come out of left field.
Yeah.
And I have another one that I'm working on for fans of the Lorange and the Banana that I think once we hook up with this guy again, we started to get together last year and then things kind of fell apart. So hopefully I can get him on the phone again, because we will have some fascinating stories about all the fake plants at the parks from the guy that was in charge of it, if we can make this happen. So.
And yes, I have been looking on eBay now for that acrylic set of the skeleton hands playing a piano that he used to sell in Liberty Square, and I haven't found one yet.
Oh. So Hal, what you're saying is the horse is not dead yet, and we haven't fully beaten it. With Horizons, right?
No. We will beat that Horizons horse as long as we can.
All right. Well, with that, again, thanks to everybody for listening. If you can, give us a like here on YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. Thank you for all those who donated. If you're interested in helping us out, obviously I know money's tight for a lot of people right now with what we're going through, but if you can, do appreciate any types of donations that you can do. So thank you very much for listening. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. We'll be back in maybe a week or so with some more. Until then, stay safe, have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.